All right, let's jump it right off. Hey, so some habits we just got to take care of. We can't dribble when we first catch the ball. So Gavin, you catch it one, two dribbles. All right, so it just made you a worse player. You never were able to face up because you were dribbling. And look at Hunter. If you had faced up, maybe you could hit Hunter for an easy bucket. The next thing is when we catch the ball, 0.5 decisions. We got to be able to make decisions quickly. So if we know the rule is to throw it opposite where it came from, it should immediately get to Noah. But one, Noah, you're too close to Aiden. All right, so you can't be a receiver anyway. So you got to space out and have better court awareness. But Xavier, you can't attack where the ball came from because that's where all the players are. So you get it, drive, boom, pick it up, not sure, not sure, and then you finally pass it. That's not quick enough to beat a zone consistently. So now Noah, I'd like a split stance right here down this gap, or just shoot. But what do? Dribble, and then you make your decision. All right, and that's too slow again to be consistently good against zones. All right, what I do like is you do get in the paint and you make five guard you, and that's why we're so big about paint touches before y'all just jack up a three. Because look at this, all eyes are on the ball, all perimeter players are open. If Gavin, even if he dives, he'd be open for a layup, and this is a good pass here. So because of his paint touch, Colin's wide open. This is a good shot, Colin. The only way I want you passing this up is if you see a great shot immediately after. And so let's see what shot we get. Dribble, dribble, pass. He's at the NBA three-point line. It's slightly contested, so you're hurting your team by not taking that shot because they need to know that you're going to shoot it so they know to rebound. But if you're going to be inconsistent in shot selection, they can't rebound. All right, so now let's look at the rebounding. All right, so we got to read this better. Smaller player in Colin, smaller player in Noah. Gavin's on the baseline, plus he's bigger, so I don't mind. Anyway, I don't mind my baseline guy attacking. So watch, when we crash, or we actually don't need to crash. But look, okay, so we got Gavin running baseline. We got Colin running baseline, and then we got Noah who's gonna do kind of a poor crash, right? He's right here, and I'd rather you kind of get back and protect those possessions. But now the rebound is ahead of one, two. Gavin's back there, three, and four players. All right, Noah does a great job at sprinting back, and then Aiden does a good job of making sure second guy guards him before he hits Blake. Blake's wide open. Now this is Xavier, good block out, but look at this. You can feel him. You know he's around you. So when you're calling for this outlet pass, you got to take a screenshot and look up the court because maybe you got to run and take the outlet out of his hands rather than catching up ahead. All right, Hunter, you can see Aiden right there. So why throw this anyway? All right, so anyway, we're going to get down court. Now, Hunter, what you got to understand is like when you drive, you're dribbling, you don't understand how to attack a zone. So what happens is you're driving and passing when you get stuck versus a person who's driving against his own to make two people guard them. There's a big difference in that. The person who drives when he gets stuck is going to pass it late, not on time. He's not going to think about how the defense rotates, so it creates the turnovers. So you do a lot of dribbling when right now they're in transition, they're in a poor zone. They don't know what they're in right now. If the ball moves, we're going to get a wide open shot on the backside. But here comes the dribbles, right? And then you make two guard you, but again, you got stuck, and then you make the pass. So the ball needs to move quicker. All right. Now, this is a split stance by Xavier. No dribble. This is what I really like. Boom, one dribble, pocket pass. That's a perfect play. Colin takes this shot finally, and that's good. We can live with that. All right, so that's good offense right there. I like that. This possession, because Xavier pushes, Colin should be already in the corner. He's kind of trotting there. I think he's not sure if he's going to be high or if he's going to be low corner. But anyway, now we got Jashawn in a closeout position. I think y'all do need to pump fake more, right? Because if you get Jashawn to jump, it's easier play. But I like the way you make two guards. You one, two. There's the pocket. Now here's the thing. Matt rotates perfectly. Blake rotates and takes away this bottom block. So just FYI, this isn't your fault, Hunter. This is just like as you grow. If Blake takes this away, then you want to skip it to Noah over there. So we get a spin, turnaround, jump shot. But I want y'all to be able to see that as well. All right, that's good defense. So now here we go with the transition. So we get the rebound up ahead. Alex turns, looks up. Now if you're this row, who is this? Xavier and Colin. You guys are first guys back. You can't expect guys who are rebounding to protect the basket. So you guys, one of y'all got to get back and protect the basket so Blake doesn't run right past both of you. Y'all aren't playing as a team on team defense, and that's a layup. Gotta fix that. I like that Colin, Xavier, and Noah are in the game, and y'all start to figure out like where y'all positionally want to be as a small three-guard front. That's good. Great recognition. Noah dribbles over, calls Colin up. Now, right here, when he picks up his dribble, no, you gotta find a way to make yourself available. Flash to the middle, right? Don't be a robot, or flash really high early. All right, and this is kind of like don't stand in no man's land, especially because once he picks up his dribble, you gotta say, does he need space or support? And in that position, he needs support. All right, so now we throw a pass. That's the pass we're talking about that he can run through. All right, now Gavin, when you get this, watch. You're trying to dribble the ball. You need the possession. You're trying to dribble that. All right, so you got to come up with it. Now, as y'all see he gets the ball, Colin sprints back because Blake's always aware running to the rim. And Hunter, y'all got to find a way to communicate and switch. All right, so you see Colin down there, and he's really just protecting the block until you get there, but you stop, right? And you start playing high. And if you're gonna play high, you need to let Colin know to stay. But there's no communication. Colin tries to return to his position. You're still in his position. Bang, wide open layup. All right. And you're getting better at playing point guard, looking up ahead. There's Blake always running ahead really quickly. All right. And then as soon as he gets it, pump fake, dribble, pump fake, step through, left hand. All right, that's just tough. You just got to shake his hand on that one, Blue. Y'all learn, you're not going to stop or block that. That's just him reading you guys. All right, so good play there. Nice, Noah. We just got to make sure we finish, man. This is a great move. Boom, pro hop, finish in the middle. Yeah, you just got to get on the glass and finish. Y'all right at the rim. That miss, transition defense is not great. So think of it like this. We got two guys up front. Y'all let the guys run right by you, even though your bottom row guys are still down here rebounding or whatever they're doing. You guys got to help. Like Xavier, Matt can't run right past you. Trust me, Matt's going to score a higher layup percentage than these guys are going to shoot three. You got to protect basket first. And this isn't even like a point guard read. He's just so open, you got to hit him. Now, Matt, first of all, Aiden, throw it to his inside shoulder so he just has to turn to the basket. You throw it outside. But Matt, you got to cross step with your outside foot and go score that layup, man. Now, Jashawn, this is where I need you to grow at. All right, so we catch it middle, right? He gets it up. Hunter contests the shot, and I tell you, get rebounds 9 feet in the air. He gets 8.5 feet before you get off the ground. And you had the run and start. Let's watch it again. This is you. Shot goes up. That needs to be your rebound when it comes off. You definitely got to get off the ground before Hunter contests the shot and rebounds the shot. You see what I'm saying? That needs to be a possession and a layup. And you hear me say, hey, you gotta anticipate it off the rim and know where it's going. That's what I mean. You gotta be able to anticipate that. All right, so now, Noah, the slowest pass in basketball is a bounce pass. All right, so don't just throw those all willy-nilly. So look, at this point, you haven't been aggressive to make Aiden have to guard you. If you take one more dribble right here, Aiden steps in, then Colin's open. But since you never make him commit, he can just play the passing lane because you never were a threat to score. All right, and there's the steal. Now, I'd rather this be probably an over-the-top pass, Aiden, and not a bounce, right? But and then the layup wouldn't have to be so adventurous for Alex. But we gotta but again, bounce pass, slowest pass in basketball. Make guys commit. Typically, make guys commit first. Excellent read this play. But first of all, let's take care of this first. Gavin, why are you dribbling? You catch it, dribble, right? There's no purpose to dribble in that corner. If this is a team that traps, you'd be in a lot of trouble. But anyway, we get the ball here, and then Hunter's wide open middle. Alex should be sitting on top of the middle. All right, he's not, so it's an easy entry pass. All right, so now we caught the pass. Nobody from the bottom row helps, and so that's when you take your shot. All right, that's perfect. Bottom row got to do better now or communicate better. But let's just use our imagination. So let's say Jashawn helps and Aiden takes away this corner. It's Colin's job to get right here, and then Hunter would hit Colin for a wide open three. So that's why we say if you hit middle, you get a lot of options. So let's just use our imagination on that play because I'm not sure it happens a ton in the game. So just know that when you're playing middle, guys. But good play right here. This was nice. All right, so let's watch why Blake is so successful when he's running middle. So he kind of goes to places where there has to be communication. Because, like, all up here, Xavier should be getting high posts, right? And then once it gets to the block, Gavin probably should rotate over. So he kind of settles in right in between those two, which is really good. And his team is looking for him, dribble, slide hook, and he just gets a lot of, he just gets a lot of buckets just by settling in those pockets. All right, so this is the last time I'll get on you on this one, Gavin, but your shoulders never face the goal, right? So like we're throwing a corner for no reason because you're never facing to where you can make a play this way. Maybe you can't drive baseline, you can't drive middle because your shoulders are facing that way and you throw it right out. So just kind of know that that's what's stopping you from being successful. All right, so we get high post again. The first thing we do is dribble. You want to have a good feel because the backside is what's open. All right, and I know you can't see that right now, but that's not a bad shot. Let's not get that twisted. This isn't a bad shot, but what I want to know is that you're capable of seeing both of these plays. Like right now, you're showing me that you're able to shoot it, but I need to know that you're able to see the plays as well. All right. So don't get me wrong, it's not a bad shot, but you're not showing me that you can pass out of that either. All right, so and actually I'm okay with this defense. I mean, Blake goes, Xavier, he's right here. He drops on top of Blake so he can't get the ball. He's right in front, right? He stays in front, and Alex just throws a really good pass to Blake. All right. And when that happens, this is where the help comes from, and guess where Blake's gonna throw it? Right there to Matt. All right, so it's just good basketball at the end of the day. He misses it, but Jashawn, you gotta put your forearm up against Hunter and push him underneath the rim so he can't get the rebound. You're just trying to out athlete people, and he's just more aggressive than you right now. So you got to make contact to get those offensive boards to get your team more possessions. All right, so we haven't talked about these yet, right? Overloads and things like that, but y'all accidentally overload. So we got Gavin, Xavier, and Noah all on the same side. So they're kind of confused. Blake is guarding the ball. Nobody's guarding here. So Gavin kind of realizes that and starts to cut, but that also makes Matt stay down low with Gavin. So as a result, Xavier's wide open. So we'll talk about overloads more, but that's why y'all got that shot. I like this, Hunter. When that shot goes up, you're crashing the hot spot. If he misses, most rebounds are going to go long, right? So I like that you're there just in case. Aiden, you got to touch somebody because if it does come off, he's going to get that rebound. All right, so we got to remember to make contact because rebound is super important. And to address this, like we haven't worked a ton on how to attack the 3-2 off the dribble. But Aiden does do it here, and this is why it's important to either hit middle, because if you hit middle, that's a paint touch, right? Or if you drive and get a paint touch, now where are all the eyes at? On the ball. That's why you got to get paint touches. And guess what? Jashawn's wide open. Should have had the floor space a little bit better at the beginning. Wide open shot. All right. So again, that's caused by Aiden on getting the paint touch. So I just need y'all to value these things. So when y'all come down and just jack up a three, that's why the coaches are getting on y'all because they know paint touches in middle are really what's going to make us get great shots. You're going to be a really good middle person too. Let's just show you what you should have done here. So your arm is down, so you don't have a good forearm up against Alex to make it an easier pass, right? You just kind of got your hip against him, and that doesn't give enough passing space. But anyway, you get the ball, and you don't get to catch it. You got to kind of knock it down. So now there's this sense of panic that happens when you don't catch the ball clean. Now, Felix should dive for this layup, right? And that's probably what would have made you look a little better on this. But if you see this collapse, right, and Aiden come down, you want to hit here. And Colin should be resting right in this pocket for a wide open three. So you kind of throw it there, and Felix can't get to it. But let's back it up just a little bit. All right, so you throw this pass. Felix, that's a cut. Whenever you see space in the back of guy's head, they can't see you. Cut so you get a layup because, three is going to be a lot tougher. Plus, if he throws it over Aiden, Aiden's going to close out to you and you won't have a shot anyway. So make sure you read that. Colin, don't forget to go to space. All right, and I want y'all to see this because this didn't happen enough. I was kind of surprised more blue players didn't do this because some of y'all do. We drive. Colin gets it. We got to learn to read closeout. So Matt is already talking. Good stuff, Matt. He's pointing like, hey, I got extra people, blah, blah, blah. Well, nobody runs up, so now Matt does. This is a great pump fake, Colin. All right, and then you got something easy. But again, I don't think y'all recognize what pump fakes do. That's why it only happened like once or twice during the whole game. And that's why when we play in practice, we say swing the ball, pump fake, swing it, pump fake, because we want y'all to get that habit and get those type of shots. It's good. I'm gonna put this because this is great growth from Matt. We get the pass, right? Matt sees the back of Gavin's head, and Gavin's about to rotate to the block because Blake has been running to the block all game. I just hadn't showed the clips. All right, so Gavin runs there. This is supposed to be your drop, Noah, but since Matt says, hey, Gavin's out the way, he cuts. Aiden throws a perfect pass. Matt, you got to score this. All right? Now, here's the other thing. You got to learn to throw passes from your right arm over here, extend. Every pass comes from above your head, all right? Every single pass. So that makes it, you don't look as clean when you do that. All right? So here's our next possession. We bring it down. All right. Now, this is what I'm talking about reading closeouts. If you pump fake him, he'll jump right past you, and then we'll have a much easier play. So, like, we got to learn to read those closeouts. Nothing wrong with a three, but we do got to learn to read closeouts. All right. I thought this was a good adjustment. So, as you notice, Collins at the top. So that means he has high posts. All right. And that's good. But then the adjustment happens when he goes to the block. Coach Rowe had y'all going and this guy stand in front, which is really important because y'all haven't shown that y'all are gonna throw this skip pass and make them pay yet. So I like that because since these guys were having trouble rotating, Zayden from this block to take away Blake, that was the adjustment. So that's a good adjustment. Matt, make sure you keep that forearm against him. You're in the hot spot, so you got him under the rim. So all that don't understand that, Matt has Zayden under the rim, so anything this way should be his. Felix should be on this block, but he's not. All right, so Matt gets an extra possession for his team. All right, so here we go. Collins at the top again. So let's just watch. Here's the adjustment. All right, so Collins at the top. He should drop really quick. Doesn't. Is a little late, but he sprints in there and gets that steal right there. So that was really good. Good defensive adjustment because that's a little different than what we've practiced. And sometimes you got to do that to adapt to the team. Good attack, Zayden. All right, way to distribute the ball this game, Aiden. I thought you did a good job of that. Kai's wide open, gets a shot. All right, now, Felix, let's not make easy hard. We get a bounce pass. You need to go straight from there, pogo stick up there, and put it on the glass, all right? But you kind of reverse, then shoot a fadeaway, and it goes in, but we want layups, all right? So pump fake, get into the guy's body, get to the line, maybe get an and one. All right, so hopefully we can learn from this possession. This is court awareness, all right? So first of all, you don't step into that pass, and Noah, you should be a little bit higher. So he can't. Right now, Aiden is guarding because of how deep you are. Aiden is guarding the middle, and he's guarding the wing, and we can't allow him to do that. All right, and boom, it's not even a tough steal. It's like he could have caught it with two hands. So look, let's watch. We're a little too deep. Our first two passes are little dummy passes, just safe ones, just to see what where the defense is. But there we go, passing. And you're way too low. All right, so that's just giving them free buckets, free money right there. And Colin, don't capitalize mistakes. All right, so you just had a turnover, and you got to see something to attack. Because right now, you're not going to attack off the first dribble unless they're out of position. It's a fast break, but they're set. All right, and you try to bully your way through there, and it's just not going to end well. So we got to read and move that ball and get the defense to move first. All right, and White starts moving the ball. Listen, y'all are a young defense, young players that are still learning. 3 or 4 passes is going to just discombobulate the defense if you move the ball quick, right? So here we go. The ball starts moving. Boom, goes corner, comes back. Boom, defense is shifting. Skip pass. Okay, and now here comes the dive person that's diving right here. That's Blake. Boom, up at the rim, gets fouled. All right, he's at the free throw line, all because of ball and player movement. All right, so we got to learn to duplicate that consistently. All right, and this possession has everything to do with spacing. All right, so Zayden, I think he thinks he has middle, but Hunter's in, so there's no communication. So Xavier has to be patient and say, hey, okay, Hunter, stay middle. Zayden, you go here. So I think he's kind of confused on his position. So he's really close, which means Aiden's about to run through this pass because of the spacing, right? Should have been higher. Right? So he doesn't, Xavier has to pick up his dribble, so he skips it. Not bad. But then here's another spacing issue. Zayden gets it. They're actually out of position. Probably could skip it over to Grant or something. But because Xavier came over, it's usually not your guy that's defending you that steals it. Who is it? is usually the help defender. And since the spacing isn't there, Xavier man steal the ball. If Xavier was way over there, he wouldn't have stole it. And so that just comes down to spacing and court awareness, all right? So we got to get stronger at that, and we got to sprint back on D. Once we figure out that they have the ball, we kind of got to, like Xavier, you should be looking around to see who's cutting, right? And then, you don't want the ball get thrown over your head for an easy layup, all right? Because they could have easily connected on that. Big fan of this possession right here because, I really don't care about the score. I just care if you guys grow. Like, in a week, I won't even remember who won. So the ball goes to the corner. You see Hunter has his forearm up against Josh. Probably needs to get a little lower since he's smaller, Hunter. But nonetheless, now we get a dive. Matt is late to it. Zayden actually does cut once he sees the back of Matt's head. This is perfect. All right, we just got to clean up that possession, right? And then cut harder and then get that layup. But this is perfect. Let's watch it again. Boom, quick pass by Grant. Turn, Hunter sees him. Boom. All right. So I'm okay with that. I think that's growth right there. And after a while, y'all learn to actually execute and finish the play. But good stuff. Aiden, I like what you're doing at point. Look how you're waving guys down, getting them in their spots, right? So Josh has to run there, which all because Josh ran there, Hunter's like, oh, I got a guy over here. But remember how we said if the ball is here, Hunter should be right here. But as soon as Josh ran over there, Hunter's too far out. So let's see what happens. The ball goes corner. That run is too far for Hunter because of Josh's cut. Boom, immediate. Matt hits Blake. Immediately we go up and score. All right, and that's all because of player movement. Now look, I do like this, Grant. Josh could cut. Don't forget to cut, Josh. But Grant, you do get right on top of where that guy should be diving at. So that's good. A way to drop. Slow down and watch the videos, right, of how we're gonna play the 3-2, because this is not how we play it. It ends up being a steal, but this is not how we play it. So Xander, you're halfway in, man to man. All right. So you see how you're guarding the guy. You're the middle guy. You should be sitting on top of Hunter and not Josh behind Hunter. So right now we're not even in the right defense. All right. So y'all should switch actually. So then we throw it middle, and look, Felix, you gotta fill the court. If you run right here to the top of the key, call for the ball. Hunter throws it right back. That should be a shot. And if Xander comes and helps, you throw it to who is this? Xavier or somebody? Somebody over there for a wide open shot. So learn to run the space because Josh is behind Hunter and Xander's out of position. So hopefully that makes sense. So right now you should be right here calling for the ball back. And if he closes out, you throw one more pass. It's a wide open shot. So I want y'all to envision that. Hopefully we can see that by now. All right, Hunter, I like this. 2 dribbles, get it up ahead, really quick decision. All right, now you got Matt in a closeout position. Zayden doesn't settle, he attacks him, right? That's what I mean. Just be aggressive, right? And then we get what, should be a finish by both Zayden and Felix, and then we get another shot. But all this causes offensive rebounding, right? Those drives and attacks. So that was good. Xavier, still remember, you got to stick to your responsibilities. Y'all kind of change y'all's defense to where the point guard at the top fronts the post the whole time. So here you're kind of chasing the ball. You should be dropping, right? And now what we can't have is we can't have Blake catching it right there with the guy back to him, because this is a tough shot. And normally I'd be like, okay, let's just play behind and make him score. But Blake's been making that shot. So we gotta respond to that. So even though that's good defense, we still want to drop in front with our middle guy because that's what Ro had y'all doing. So we can't just do it one possession when he calls the timeout. We got to do it consistently, right? Because that's what we got to do against this team, because they got a guy who can hit a jump hook really easily. And that, even though Zayden's there, So just know, commit to your commitments. Xavier, I like the way you're aggressive here because Aiden isn't in any defensive position we've taught, but he's gotten so many steals standing like this and being here and nobody making him play where he needs to. I'm not going to blame him. All right, so I like that you attack that gap. Now, Zayden, you got to be in position. You got to be short corner feet set, ready to shoot, or you got to be ready to dive. But you're just not quite ready when you first catch it, in my opinion. So now, we end up getting this floater, which Matt blocks. All right, but let's fast forward it a little bit. Now, I like this. That's an attempted attack, right? Here, let's see what we can see here. So we got to attack here. This is where you got to find that pocket right here, Hunter. As he helps, there's a pocket right there to throw a bounce pass and then get a layup. But nonetheless, I'm glad you attacked so I could show you that. So next time I want you to see it. All right, so now extra pass by Felix. That's perfect. And look at this. Zayden does good job at going to the hot spot. All right, now we got to find him and block him out, but he's just too small right now. If you were bigger, that'd be your rebound, and then we'd be right back at it. So let's just notice that. Way to get to the hot spot and do your job. But hey, sometimes guys are just bigger, stronger, at that moment. This is what we can't allow happening, right? We can't allow him going right. Your help is to the middle if you're on the wing, Xavier. So don't let him attack from way out at the half court line all the way to the rim. And Grant, you never got your chest in front to help out. Look, we're going to see that number 8 the whole time on your back. That means you're just giving him a lane to the basket the whole way. All right, so you got to get your chest in front of him. Here's another spacing indecision turnover. Y'all got to be patient enough to see that. All right, so this is what I mean. The ball goes here. So if he's way over there, Noah, out of position, you can't stand in your normal spot as if he was up in the spot that he normally is. You got to bridge that gap. So we don't want 20-foot passes. So you got to make sure it maintains at 10. So you got to stay kind of top of the key. Because when he throws that, like I said, Eight's been getting so many steals. I wouldn't tell him to change the way he's playing defense. All right. So they're just getting a lot of really easy buckets off just mishaps, right? Xavier shouldn't throw the ball and you need to space. So this is good spacing. He's not going to steal this. All right. Good extra pass, Colin. That was good. And good middle. We just got to learn to execute. So let's back this up. I like this attack because again, Aiden is out of position getting steals. So Xavier does a great job at attacking this. Now when you attack, Zayden, you gotta feel right in here, Noah. You're not thinking score. You're just kind of thinking. I'm not sure exactly what you're thinking, but you need to be thinking get to the space. All right. So now he has to throw a looper, and Colin knows how to play a play ahead. He knows you're open, so he tries to throw a quick tip pass to you so you get a shot. Now this you don't want straight passes there. You want bounce passes, something that he can handle. That's just too hot, and it got to be too perfect of a pass. All right. So clean that up. Very fixable. I just want you to recognize it. This has been a good point guard day for Aiden. I mean, he kind of waits till his guys get set. He's already pointing for a guy to stay middle. All right, and then here we go. So he's dribbling, skip pass, right? Makes the defense move. Makes the defense move. And now watch this small attack that he does, and watch what it does to Gavin. He attacks, and Gavin has to come and help just a little bit because he doesn't want him to throw it over the top to Jashawn middle. All right, and then skip pass. So now all this space, he has to go from middle all the way to Alex. Impossible closeout. It's not even bad defense by Gavin. It's just that's how it is when offense is good. So Matt, you need to crash. Zayden, you need to find Matt and box out. Both of those things need to happen. So Matt, you just give up on this rebound after getting already 3 or 4 of them. And you just let Zayden have a free one. All right. So in my opinion, I would assume you're tired. You would come out the game even if you're not. So you got to know everything communicates. Hey, I'm gonna put this on here because I'm not sure y'all switched to this and tried it, but this is what it looks like. It looks like y'all decided to play a 1-2-2. And it looked like y'all are trying to get a run through on this over the top pass. So Xander does a good job at making this pass be high. Alex is covering middle, but he's ready to sprint out. I think Xavier's pass is just too good, and I don't think Xander stayed middle long enough. So it looks like you're in a 1-2-2. Now, this is me just guessing. I don't know how your timeout looked. If you stay there, Xander, he has to throw it up, and maybe Alex steals it. If you move over like you did, right, and you go for a fake, now he throws a straight pass that Alex can't get a steal on. So just kind of know that. But after that, it looked like y'all dropped into from a 1-2-2 to a 3-2, which is good. I like y'all taking that risk. I think that's good. Xander, you need to be getting high posts. All right, so do a better job at that. And then I like this. The shot goes up. We got Zayden and Gavin crashing hot spot. It's just Matt's just a little too big and gets that rebound. All right, but that's what we got to do each time. I like 2 people in the hot spot, double my chances of a second opportunity. So that's good at crashing, guys. Something to your attention that I want to bother you guys. Xander, Aiden is open. He's wide open. I need this pass to hit him in the chest or towards the left shoulder so he can shoot it. Guess where the pass goes? it goes this way. He can't shoot that. I need that to bother you, that pass took away a wide open 3-point shot that he doesn't get now because he has to do a 360. All right, now, Aiden, every pass can't come right shoulder baseball pass, right? So he's cutting. I know he's open, but you got to find other ways because every pass comes from that angle right there. Good eyes, Xavier. Now, Gavin, you got to read the court. Aiden's right there. You can't just throw it just cuz. All right, so we got to be patient. All right, now, this is what I don't like. He has the ball. Lose all this dribbling stuff. Just pick it up first and then control it. All right. It's a good skip pass. I'd like to lose the dribble, but good skip pass. And then here's one more thing. Try to be patient with it. Zayden is supposed to dive. That's what Gavin was waiting on you to do. And you just didn't dive to the basket. So that's why he turned it over. And I need you to get to the point where you're more poised that even when guys don't do what they're supposed to do, Gavin, you don't have to turn it over. So he should have dove. That should have been an easy layup, but he didn't. We still got to keep the possession. All right. All right, and the other thing I want y'all to notice is the difference between a live ball turnover and a dead ball turnover. This is a live ball, which means we don't get to get back and set up. So we got Xavier. He's in the right spot in terms of offense. So is Gavin. All right, but it's a live ball turnover. So now when we're on a break, we got two guys behind the play, and we're running down. Aiden attacks Alex, makes Alex guard, kick, wide open three. That's live ball. A dead ball is like a travel, a double dribble where they take it out and we get to set our defense up. So boom, when we have live balls, man, they hurt because they end up being wide open shots. All right, so right here, no, don't make this an adventure to throw this pass, right? So you kind of get caught up, you pick up your dribble, right, and you're not ready to pass yet. So now you're kind of stuck, and that's when panic sets in, right? So anyway, you turn and you throw this pass. All right, this is what I would teach if we were like a real team that went and played tournaments. If we were in a 3-2, every time I'd have the same side where the ball came from guy, he'd be the helper, and I'd have Aiden drop, and Aiden's instinctively doing that, and then I'd make them make this play that they need to make to throw to Noah. So Noah, you got to read this. As Aiden starts to drive, you need to space right here, so Aiden has to choose to stay with you or go with this cut guy. Does that make sense? So now, but right now, he only has to run here because Xander can guard you. So stand right here in Zayden's vision. And that's good, Zayden. So let's back it up. Boom. We get to the paint all the way. Matt, you got to provide help, early help, so we get a step there and he can't split you. All right. So, hey, I want you to see this because when you go left, you're not the same passer. All right. So we got to recognize this and get stronger in these areas. So you cross over. You get downhill, the pass has to come from your right hand, right? And then boom, Zayden's right there deflecting it. So notice that. But this is the, let's fast forward a little bit. So we hit middle, all right? We get our attack, and Hunter, you gotta learn to cut to space. Like you should be right here, and then you'll get it. So Zayden has to make a really nice pass. But this is what, you kind of make up for it. You drive, and then you throw this skip pass. This is a tough pass to see for most players. All right, so you jump up and make that pass. That's a wide open shot for Noah. Read the closeouts. I think if he's closing out to you, Noah, you can drive by him, make Deshaun guard, kick to Xavier, or score. All right, nothing wrong with that, but just know those options are there, not just shoot. You got to learn to read the closeouts better. All right, this video getting long. Let's make this the last possession. All right, so the ball is moving. We got Noah, who's the point guy, right? All right, soon as it goes, he needs to drop quicker. But since Noah takes away Jashawn down here, I like this pass, Alex. And the defense rotates perfectly. Colin, that's not your rotation anymore. You're not the top guy. That's Noah's. All right, so nonetheless, you close out pretty good. I think that should have been a split stance, Aiden, to go this way. But anyway, so Noah's back, getting back to the top. We throw it middle. And now, hey, Jashawn, we got to learn to turn our shoulders and read. Matt, don't cut high. You should cut low, baseline, towards this white line. All right? And every pass can't be over the top. It should probably have been a bounce pass, Jashawn, and that would have been a layup. All right, but nonetheless, hey, we're growing. I see it. Each week should be stronger than the next. All right, that's a good finish right there. A good rip through, Zayden. Each week needs to be stronger than the next, and we just need to grow each week and learn how to attack zones so y'all can take that to y'all school teams and then be better players, more mature for it. All right, good stuff. See y'all next week.